Dequan Crockwell. As a youngster, it's difficult for other youngsters to see what one goes through at academy in England, obviously because they see the end result. But what is the challenges that a youngster faces in an academy such as Port Vale, the one you was at?
Well, from the start, you always have competition. So I went in just leaving Mansfield. The age of 15, we won. I'd say we won the league and the cup that we made to another final. But a lot of that group we got released because a whole new management came in. So I went into Port Vale not really knowing who they were, not really knowing much about the club, and you go into an environment it's pretty hostile. Not gonna lie to you because there's a lot of these boys who have been together since I think some have been there 10 years, and it's like, wow, you're coming in, they're all kitted up, you're in, like, I was in a goalkeeper top, shorts, and just looked out of place. But, as soon as you get into it, after a few training sessions, they start to get to know you. It's not hostile at all. It's everybody's just trying to reach the same end goal. And it's all good, I'm not going to lie, but it's all about the competition because everybody's trying to get there, but everybody's friends at the same time. So on the pitch, I'm trying to give it my all, everybody's trying to give it the all, but at the same time, you have to encourage everybody.
Is it sometimes a bit frustrating when things don't go your way as far as training and getting selected into the team? Although you were one of the younger ones in a team of, you played under 18.
Yeah, I played on 18. So in my first year, I didn't play very much. I played under 10 games because we had a second year. It's his second year. He's going for the pro contract. And it is. I'm not going to lie to you. At the start, it's like pre-season, you get 50-50 games saying, all right, you go, you play one half, you play one half. But then as soon as the season starts, it's like, wow, he's our number one. He's older, so he's the number one. And it's like, you're there sitting on the bench week in, week out, wondering, am I going to get my time? And when your time does finally come, sometimes you're not prepared for it. You're not expecting to be in the team, in the starting 11 because you're so used to sitting on the bench. But when the doors come, you have to take your chances. I'm not going to lie. But sometimes because you're playing with older boys who's been playing at that step up for years, some of them who's been playing under 18s maybe for 2 years, it's they know they'll rough you up, and they'll get on your back if you make a mistake as well. They're always there to encourage you if they're trying to give you, but they'll get on your back. I'm not gonna lie. And then you got the manager on the sideline as well. If you make a mistake, he's giving you that look. Yeah.
You have to have thick skin. A lot of our youngsters, when I guess given that hard talk, kind of go into a shell. How do you get yourself out of that mentality to make sure that what the information you're getting is to help you, to benefit you in your career?
Well, I'm not gonna lie. At the start, I know you got to be mentally tough, and at the start, because of the situation that just happened, my mom had to move back Bermuda. I was out there on my own. I was kind of like, right, all I was very much in my shell, but the managers do help you. They realize with every single boy, the situation is different. They always can't talk to you stern. They have to show you some love. But eventually it does get sterner and sterner because you're getting older. You have to be, but in the end you're like, wow, you have to understand that they're doing it for the benefit of yourself. They're just trying to, you're under their wing. They're trying to get you the pro contract because it looks good on the youth team as well. If they got boys coming through, and everything, so you have to just take it on the chin. No matter how bad the criticism is, you just have to know that they're doing it for you.
When one looks at if they don't make it at one club and try to make it to another, get to another club, but it's not their time, some people consider that as a failure. What do you consider that as? More of it's just not the right time, and you have to keep fighting, and you have to keep challenging yourself?
Yeah, it's a stepping stone because I went from Mansfield, who were a lower League Two side, right at the bottom of the league pyramid, and I had a trial at West Ham thanks to Clyde Best. Got a call from Port Vale and Walsall. That was because of my old Mansfield goalkeeper coach, who was also my under-14s coach. He saw something in me and thought that I'll pass you on to I believe his name was Steve, and he got me the trials. And Yeah, that's how, it's all about. It's an opinionated game. So you might not be good for one manager, but another manager will see something different in you. That's how I have to look at it because some teams they just it's not the right time. It happened with a lot of players, and you just have to see it as the stepping stone because a lot of players develop differently as well.
What is it like in those winter months when it's frozen, it's snow, it's ice rain, it's all that? Because if you're not used to that growing up and you're thrust into that, how do you overcome just that? And you're a goalkeeper, so you
Yeah,
gotta hit the ground.
yeah, it's yeah, I can imagine it's different coming from Bermuda, coming from the warm weather and everything. But I was lucky, went out there when I was 7, so I had a few years of it. But even still, you have to. It's a different type of preparation coming up in the morning and the night before, knowing that tomorrow is going to be raining. It could be snowing. It could be anything. You never know. But you have to try to block everything out. When you're standing in the goal, you have to try to, all right, put it down. I might not be busy today, but let me try to keep warm, moving from side to side in the box, trying to get the ball as much as you can, even though you might not want it as much as but you try to get the pass back as much, trying to play out, trying to keep talking because that helps as well. Just trying to stay busy, trying to block out the mentality code. But it's hard. It is hard because when you get wet and it's cold and you just there like, what am I doing?
If you would have known what you know today, would you do it all over again as a 7-year-old going to England and getting involved? And would you change anything?
I'd 100% do it again because I enjoyed my time playing football out there. I really did. Um, the probably things I'll change is my mentality at the start. I'll try to go out there stronger mentally. It's different because some days when you're training, you think, all right, well I can relax a bit. I can't go 100% all the time, but you really need to because what you got to remember is at the lower leagues there's one, well, not one pitch per se, but like we was training and we had our own pitch, but the first team had their own pitch right next to us. So as a goalkeeper, I was more involved with the first team than some of the outfield players because, all right, we need a goalkeeper. Say one's injured, we need a goalkeeper. They'll send us over. We also train with we had one goalkeeper coach, so he was training all of us. So we had the first team, the youth team, all training together. So yeah, you get that exposure. And then say, all right, youth team don't need us right now. We'll go and go for the first team when they're having shots. Go swap over with some of the first team players. I would want us to do it again because it's a really good experience and you make friends for life. Like I'm still in contact with a lot of the boys from there. Can't lie, it's nice.
What advice would you have to any youngster that's possibly going this summer to an academy, whether it be in England or in the U.S.? What advice would you give them?
Don't ever give up because you go out there, say if you have a trial, they might not like you. It doesn't matter because there's always a lot of other clubs out there who might see you playing. Might see you playing for that club on trial. You might get a call next week. We want you to come down and train with us. You might get signed. I know a lot of boys out there who's going through that process. You gotta remember, there's a lot of clubs at that non-league as well who will take you on, and that sometimes is better than being at a lower league club because they would actually put you straight into the first team, and we're like, right, we want to see how you are here. Audio Jungle.